Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Wednesday, August the 31st. The year's 2022. Let's talk trading. It's time for the monthly wrap up, the month of August. It's the last trading day. So here we go. As always, these videos for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And I hope the traders watching these videos have all employed their risk management and they haven't lost any more on any one trade than they're willing to lose on any one particular trade. So it's the monthly wrap up. Let's take a look at the month. As you can see, we've put in a new low for the year and we're 37 pips off that low. We are 655 pips off the high and 524 pips off the open. And as I speak, since we are live, the numbers change. And the seasonality indicator here, which in case somebody's wondering, it's in the TRO, $TRO time. It automatically figures these things out for you. There's a document that lists the seasons. So since Walmart trades the pound, and I've been trading with Walmart now for a couple of years, this is set for the pound. So you'd have to get the seasonality document, and if you wanted to trade a different pair, go ahead and enter that into the indicator. So, when you look at the chart, it kind of tells you a few things. These months, it just kept putting in lower lows and lower highs until this month where we actually have an outside bar on the monthly. Gaps. We've got a lot of gaps that haven't filled this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it looks like we've missed the monthly pivot 1, 2, 3 times in a row. Or I'm sorry, the weekly pivot 3 times in a row. That usually doesn't happen. For the opening range for the week, you can see we've had 3 red days here this week, and we're outside that opening range. We actually opened inside it, moved toward the weekly open, and then fell back down. And just so you know, I'm looking at the dollar yen here. I'm looking to short it sometime soon for more of a swing trade, more one of those big 50 to 100 pip move type of trades. Okay, as I mentioned, there's that yearly low that was put in today, yearly midpoint. So once again, we switch over to the monthly chart. You can see that we've just been pretty much going down the entire year. Inside bar 5 days ago, we actually got in that range yesterday, but we fell out again. There's a handful of inside bar trades on the daily, weekly, and monthly time frames. So far today, 92 pips range, 4 pairs over 100. Pound is moving up. Now it's in what I like to call the launch pad. And the launch pad just so happens, the short zone happens to be in the launch pad. And we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Notice the last hour was an outside bar, higher high, lower low. Green rats are feasting. They started about a half an hour ago or so. We're almost at the midpoint of the range for the day. We need about another 5 pip move. And we'll be right at that midpoint. We did take out today's pivot at 1678. Bambino Flex indicator indicated a short. Pivot trading plan, short near pivot point. That would have paid off coming down. So if you're using H1, you can see H1 was green at the pivot. Wouldn't want to short there. But if you waited a couple of hours, then you had a signal. So looks like we've got 3 missed pivots in the month of August. And the way price is moving, I don't think we're going to take them out this month. For the week, we've got 3 missed pivots in a row. And out of the last 250 weeks, that's only happened 3 times, and 4 has only happened once. So, if you're inclined to bet, we should be taking out next week's weekly pivot. But then again, you have to trade what you see. If price is moving away from the pivot, you don't want to be taking that trade. We in and out of that lower wick zone. And I think we're right about, we're at the 50% of the range today. 51%, it's moving up. Once again, the launch pad is between 40 and 50, and price likes to rocket up when it gets in those areas. I don't know why, that's just an observation. And looking at the weekly range right now, 159, which is the lowest out of the last 12 weeks, is at the 0 percentile. And actually, it's pretty funny. I get one of those word of the day emails to expand vocabulary. Sometimes there's interesting words, and today's word was percentile. And so really, with a only looking at the last 12 weeks, I really can't call these percentiles. But because it's when you divide a population up into 100 groups, and then you see where the frequency distribution tells you which percentile you belong in. But I guess you could divide up the weekly range into 100 segments and decide which percentile it's in. We did not break out of the previous week's high, but previous week's low, we did break out by 116 pips. the moment. The weekly high minus close is 119 and close minus low is 40. And since we are talking about the month, and you can see here, it just broke right through. And if you look at the month, if you look left right here, it broke through that 2 months ago low, 1 month ago low. Range 692, 83 percentile. So huge range this month, huge. We broke out of the previous month's high by 48 pips, which wouldn't have been a nice trade to bag. Month out of the previous month's low by 158. The range of high minus close, 657 at the moment. Close minus low, 35. So it just pulled back about 10 pips. And looking at for today's trading, yeah, it just pulled back 15 pips. It's like it hit almost hit 50 at 49.7. So once again, that just goes to show you when you're trading, sometimes it's more profitable just to take those 2, 3, 4, 5 pip trades, because price likes to move range up and down, and I think the rule of thumb is it ranges about 70% of the time and breaks out about 30%. And if you look at a 1-minute chart here, you can just see how price likes to range. It's just, pretty much it's ranging between here and about here with a few breakouts. And probably if I had been trading this, probably what would have happened when it made this move up, I would have put my stop loss at about break even +2. And I would have left 8 pips on the table because they were there and I hadn't acted. Now, trading pure price action means I would have probably gotten 5 of those pips when it broke that low. Now, question is, when do you start taking trades, money off the table? Because if, say, you would have taken the money off the table here, then you would have seen it go on up another 5. So it's kind of hard to say. You just have to do what works best for you. And at the Walmart line there at the 30, it'd be up about a pip at the moment. And before I run out of time here quickly, close minus open, 531. Range by month. $692. So that's the second biggest monthly range this year. Year-to-date accumulated range, we're up to 2147. So you can see here, big move so far this year. So fellow traders, I hope you've had a profitable month, and we'll see you in the next video. And remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is TheRumpledOne, over and out.